Alrighty, so we're gonna do 5.1 percent increase and decrease. That's your standard, and our objective is to be able to use percents to describe change. Again, you always want to shoot for an 80% accuracy in your independent practice. Two vocabulary terms. Percent increase is basically how much the quantity or the amount increases, goes up, in comparison to the original amount that you were given. So for instance, something cost $20 and it went up to 30. What's the percent of change? The original amount will be 20, and then you have to figure out how much it increased with the new price. Percent decrease is the same idea, except that this is the quantity or the number, the amount going down, comparing it to the original amount. This is super important for you to remember. So percent change, remember the delta means change. So percent change equals amount of change over the original amount. You need to know this to be able to do all of this work. If you know how to set it up, then you'll be fine. Okay, so let's start some practice. So the first one that they give us is, okay, I'm going up, so that's percent increase from $8 to $10. So I'm going to use my formula, and I'm going to look at the amount of change. So from 8 to 10, that's the change is $2, right? So 10 minus 8 is basically $2. And then what was the original amount? From 8, so that's the original amount, so that's 2 over 8, right? So 2 over 8 is 1 over 4. If I simplify, so let me simplify over here. 1 over 4, okay? And how do we get percentage? So just remembering percentage is gotten by doing this. You can do that. 100% is always per 100. So whether you do to the 4 to get it to 100, that's times 25. And when you do to bottom, you do to top. So that will be 25 over 100, which is 25%. The other way to do it is by 1 divided by 4. Remember, the first one goes inside the house. So then I have 0, add a decimal there. That will be 2. So that's 8. So I have 2 left over. Add another 0, bring it down. So that's 5. And then from there, you move your decimal twice to the right. So going back to 6 for 8. Thanks. So that will be 25%. Okay. So that means that the percent increase was 25%. So I'm going to write 25% there. Okay. Now let's look at this one. This one is a percent decrease. Actually, before we get to that one, I want you to do this one right here. So from 14 to 40, give me the percent either decrease or increase. So tell me it increased by this much percent or it decreased. Okay, so let's get to this one. So from 18 to 6, again, how much did it change? So I can say 18 minus 6 or 6 minus 18, same thing. So that will be 12. Because it will be it's not the same thing. 18 minus 6 or 6 minus 18, but because it is already a decrease, you know that it's going down. But if you wanted to do that, you can start with the 6 minus 18. You get a negative 12, which is basically just tells you that it's a decrease. And then what's original amount? 18. So then you have 18. So if I simplify by my greatest common factor, which is 6, then I will be getting 2 over 3. So negative 3 over 3, but the negative is already stated because it's a decrease. So 2 over 3, and if I divide that, 2 divided by 3 is 0.6 repetitive. So then the percent decrease was about 67%. So make sure you kind of round to the nearest whole number. Okay? So 66% decrease on that one. Or if you want to just write in it integer form, then you can do that. Okay. So now let's have you practice with number 2. It went from 72 points to 50 points. Give me the percent change, so either decrease or increase, and what's the percentage. Alrighty. Now, to find the new amount. Okay, and this lesson, you guys, to be honest, if you know how to use it, it will help you so much when you become an adult, or even now, if there's a sale or things are going up by a certain percentage, you can figure out the numbers pretty easily, either by hand or with your calculator. So this one is telling you that your score went up 110%. Then what's your new score? If you originally had 80. So those two numbers are important. So first thing I need to do is I'm going to find the amount of change. Okay. So I need to find what is 110% of 80. So there are two different ways. You can either change this into a decimal. So remember, to go from percentage to decimal, you have to move your decimal twice to the left. So you end up with 1.1. And then you multiply by 8. 80, I'm sorry. So then you have 80 times 1.1. So that's 88. So that's going to be the amount of change. Now, the other way to get to that 88 is you can either do 110% times the 80, which is going to give you 110 times 80. And then you divide by 100. Remember, when you multiply a number by 100, you're basically doing this. So that's 88, so which is the same thing, whatever works for you. I like this one better. So then you find the new amount by adding the original amount plus the amount of change. So my original was 80. What was the amount of change? 88. So that will give me 168. Okay, so that's how you find the new amount. So now I need you guys to do number 3. So you need to find the new amount if 12 was the original and it went up 20%. So remember, first you have to figure out what 20% of 12 is and then add it together with the original. And now you're going to do number 4. So number 4, you're going to find the new amount if you have 36 grams of something and it went down 45%. So first you have to figure out 45% of 36 and then add it to the original, which is 36. Now, finally, you're going to do number 5. So number 5 is telling you that you are using, or the cafeteria or the restaurant used 40x today, but tomorrow is going to decrease 30%. So what is the new amount of x that they will be used tomorrow? Okay, so 40x today, but tomorrow is going to go down by 30%. So you're going to use the new amount, right? Make sure that you pay attention if it's increasing, because if it's increasing, it's going to go up, you're going to add. Right? If it's decreasing, you're going to subtract. So make sure that you do that. In this case, it went up, so I added. But if I said that it went down, then that means that I will have to subtract. Okay? Alrighty. Well, thank you. Remember, math is magical, and you are brilliant. You got this. God bless you. Bye-bye.